Yo, what's up all my beautiful people? Today we got a review from a 90 overall elite player from the award winners that's playing for the Golden State Warriors, Stephen Curry. This guy's been having a tremendous season, been shooting the ball unbelievably, maybe one of the best three-point shooters in NBA history. But how does that translate in NBA Live Mobile? Well, we're here to find out. Okay, so these are the stats for award winner Stephen Curry with the 90 overall. So he's 6'3" with a speed of 87, 90 dribbling, 95 three-pointer, 79 shooting, 69 defense, and 84 passing. It can also be used in your shooter lineup, so it can add extra bonus stats. So it can add 2 extra three-pointer to boost it up to 97, which is absolutely freaking insane. And we have 2 more to shooting, which makes it 81. The speed boost is from Brandon Knight, so that's not from Curry, but that makes him a deadly offensive weapon from his three-point shooting, his speed, and dribbling. So how does this actually translate to Steph Curry playing in the game? Well, we'll see. So Steph Curry is rated at an 87 overall and speed, and this shows on the court because he is a pretty speedy point guard and can match up with other point guards that are very fast. And as you can see in this drill, he can do it in less than 7 seconds, which is really nice. Again, Steph Curry, his speed, I would consider it more as good, but not great. He's not somebody that will blow you away on speed, that can just run past his defenders. He can get one, maybe half a step ahead of his defender, but just don't rely on his speed to just blow by defenders. On defense, this allows him to get back on defense even after losing half a step on his defender and getting back in position for him to stop the offense. So Steph Curry's dribbling is rated at a 90 overall, and it shows in real life because this guy's dribbling is absolutely insane.
High reel for Stephen Curry, just a spectacular move here. Somehow holds on, fires up the three.
Sometimes like wizardry, you don't know what happened. And in this game, I would say Steph Curry's dribbles are on par or even the best dribbling of any player in the game. And I say this because Steph Curry, when he's dribbling and driving into the paint, he rarely ever loses the ball and rarely ever gets it stolen, and that's huge. Also, his handles and his dribble moves are really tight, so you can just hit the defender with a crossover, step back, and then get an open 3, and we all know Steph Curry can drain those 3-pointers, so it makes him extremely deadly as a point guard, as a facilitator, and as a scorer. So I would say Steph Curry's dribbling is one of the best in the game. So here we go, Steph Curry's 3-point shooting. And this is the drawing card to Steph Curry and what makes him such a deadly offensive weapon in today's NBA game. So he is rated a 95 overall for 3-pointer, and it could easily go up to 97 if you incorporate it into your shooter lineup. And that makes it 1 higher than Kyle Korver for the highest 3-point shooting in the game. 97 3-pointer, that is absolutely insane. So I was so excited to try out his 3-point shooting, see how it went, and then I was ready to report to you guys this guy just doesn't miss. But honestly, I was kind of disappointed because when I saw the stat, I was thinking this guy would drain 90-95% of his 3-point shots, but he would miss a lot more than I expected, and he would miss some open shots, some shots that I got a green 10% on. And the defender isn't even that great. It was who was it? It was Tony Parker. Tony Parker was defending, so it wasn't the best defense in the world, yet Steph Curry missed it. So he was kind of inconsistent on his 3-pointer. There might have been other programming, other codes that EA implemented, other stats that don't truly reflect his 3-point shooting. So maybe something about his consistency or something like that. Well, I feel his 3-pointer isn't necessarily the best in the game. I feel like there are some other players like Isaiah Thomas or Brandon Knight that I've tried that would just knock down absolutely 100% of their 3-pointers, which are absolutely crazy. Then again, Steph Curry, his 3-point shooting is still absolutely unbelievable. He would still make 90-95% of his 3-point makes, but again, I was kind of disappointed. So I would say that he doesn't deserve the best 3-point shooting mark, but it's still really up there. The funny thing is, I feel like Steph Curry's 3-point shooting is actually better in real life than in the game. And this is something that EA and 2K, they have trouble dealing with, because in their code, they would say Steph Curry would never make this shot. But in game, in real life, Steph Curry would just knock it down. So I think this is kind of the case here, where Steph Curry's 3-point shooting is overhyped in the game, and it doesn't really translate to him shooting all that well. Steph Curry's shot, so that includes his mid-range, closer to the rim, is rated at a 79. And that's pretty indicative. It's pretty true. Steph Curry just doesn't really shoot too many mid-range shots, but he's still a really good shooter. He can do floaters and all that cool stuff, scoop shots, and honestly, he isn't too bad from inside. But honestly, if you're using Steph Curry, you really should just be firing away from three-pointer and just don't shoot as much from mid-range, because your chances of getting a 3-point shot going in and shooting a mid-range jump shot with Steph Curry are pretty much the same, so why not get 3 points instead of 2? So Steph Curry's defense is nothing crazy, alright? He's not known to be a great defensive stopper. He's just mainly an offensive player, but honestly in this game, his defense isn't half bad. It's rated at 69, 69, but it's actually not that bad. I would say it's above average. Not good, not great, above average. So he can stay in front of his defender. Sometimes he could draw a charge here and there, which is really nice. He's not the best at shot contests, but he could sometimes get you a steal here or there. Nothing too crazy, but I would say he's not a bad defender. And also couple that with his speed, which is above average. He can actually help you and get back in position for defense, which makes him actually not a bad defender. So he's not anything of a liability, but I wouldn't say he's a defensive stopper, and he's just holding his own weight. So Steph Curry's passing is rated an 84, and I feel like Steph Curry's passing is actually really good in this game. It's above average for a point guard, but he can make some pretty nice passes. He can do some cross-court passes, he can do some threading the needle passes into the paint, and he rarely ever gets it stolen, which is really nice. You want to minimize turnovers, and Steph Curry, he's a pretty good passer. Rated an 84, I would say. He's above average, and I would give him a pretty solid grade here. So overall, award winner Steph Curry is actually a really good card. He does a lot of things well and is an offensive juggernaut. I was a little disappointed with his 3-point shooting. I was expecting it to be absolutely unbelievable, out of this world, but it's not bad at all. It's actually really great. Top 5 in this game, I would say. His defense is one of his weaknesses, but honestly he doesn't play that bad defense. He can hold his own weight, and overall I think this card is really good. And for at 90 overall, he is actually really cheap on the auction house. He's pretty easy to get for award winners, and hopefully you guys can get him, because I would put him in my lineup. The only thing I would say is that sometimes it could get kind of boring using Steph Curry, because everybody wants to get Steph Curry. He's the new hottest thing. Everybody's riding his dick, bandwagoning on all that stuff. So you see a lot of Steph Curry versus Steph Curry battles if you're going in head to head, which does get kind of tiresome at times. So I would say Isaiah Thomas, Jason Kidd, Muggsy Bogues, those guys are a little more fun to play with, but Steph Curry is the most accessible of those point guards, elite point guards, and he's a really good pickup if you choose to use him. So hopefully you guys can get award winner Steph Curry. Good luck to you guys hunting for those coach, sportsmanship, most improved player stuff. Hopefully you guys can get it, and hopefully this guide helped you guys and informed you guys a little bit about Steph Curry, and you guys can decide for yourself whether you want him in your lineup and whether it's worth spending 200, 300k to buy him. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, more reviews coming, more money making guides coming, and peace out.